guys, it's MicheleMarieDalene, and I'm at the Sip Kitchen like usual. Yeah, it's me. I just wanted to get some sunlight, because right now we got some sunlight shining in today. See? And, I, wanted to, just explain something to a couple people who said to me that some of my videos have been boring. Guys, did it ever occur to any of you people, honestly, that not every video I do is exciting? Sometimes, I have very little to put into it. So that makes it hard. But today I'm going to be doing laundry today if my leg doesn't give out on me. Because I could call this video ouch. When your leg goes ouch. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. My leg is, my right leg is hurting pretty, left leg is hurting today. And, my report is, I got some glare coming in from the window, which is where the sun's coming in, but I can see the stars in the flag. Yes, I can. I can see stars in the flag. Wow. You know, it is covered mostly by a giant haze of sort of glare from the sun. It's still, I can see the stars in the flag. It just barely, with a lot of effort, but I can see them clearly. Oh, I can't see clearly. I mean, I can see the individual stars, but I can't see them clearly. There. I would die for the answer. Anyway, so I woke up this morning, and my left leg and the hamstring, ever since the Yellow House, especially the Yellow House, it really is when it happened. I don't know what happened, but I did something to my hamstring. And so, actually more like Achilles tendon, I think. This is a tendon or a hamstring. Whatever, it hurts, okay? The bottom part of my left leg, in the rear, where my heel is, the muscle that goes all the way up feels like it's very tender. Not when I touch it. When I touch it, it doesn't hurt. It's just when I stand on it, it hurts. So it's really makes it really ouch. Okay? So when I'm trying to do a lot of walking and stuff, it hurts. And some days more than others. Like yesterday I was with my landlord, we were doing a lot of work in Stockbridge, and I was only just hurting just a tiny bit. This morning I woke up, went downstairs, and it was starting to hurt more, and then I walked from the house to the Sip Kitchen, and it was ouch, 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 all the way down, and then I just barely got my coffee without me. I thought I was gonna lose my balance right there because my leg was throbbing something really fierce. Now it's not throbbing. I sat down and I got up and got a coffee refill. So I don't know what is causing that, but I'll tell you one thing: it hurts. Okay, it hurts bad. It's inconsistent hurts, because if it was consistent, at least I could always go to, my doctor and go, my leg is hurting me in the muscle areas in my rear, and and I think we might need to go for an X-ray. But I don't think there's any broken bones, because I don't feel any broken bones. But it's just something in the muscles of the leg, and it hurts. Well, now Dory's got something similar going on with her shoulder, so together we're both basically kind of a match set. She hurts in her shoulder, rotator cuff area. I hurt in my leg, and it makes it difficult for everything, because I can't. I'm not as fast as I was anymore. I'm not no little kid anymore, too. I'm getting older, so that's also a fact of. I don't know if he has my hair doing. It depends on the light. See, right now I didn't get it done yet. I'm gonna get it done in a couple days. Now I let's see. I've been trying to calculate my budget here very carefully because I have to figure out how much my electric bill is going to be. Because I did check online to see if they prepared the online statement, and they didn't. It still showed me that I have a credit balance of about minus $79. So I'm waiting for the other statement to come in so I can figure out how much I'm going to owe, if anything. That possibly, that usually the electric bill by now is prepped. I didn't check it this morning because right now I don't have internet on my cell phone. So I can't, unless I'm at home and I can use the Wi-Fi and then I can go internet. They closed the window a bit. Let's see how my eye does. Actually, my eye isn't doing bad. Still pretty good, actually. Just don't see stars in the plate, like I said earlier. So anyway, the point is that, where was I? I'm not going to rewind because I forgot my place. Don't you hate that? It's Monday morning, what do you expect? Oh, yeah. So I don't know what the story with the electric bill is. I'm going to wait a few more days so I get the answer to the budget question of how much money do I have left. Now, I have to go to the laundromat today. So, Mr. Ouchometer is going to be ouching all the way down to the laundromat with a bag of laundry. Dory's going with me, so that's going to make it a little bit easier. And, 704. Got $157.04 left in the bank right now. I paid all the bills except for JCPenney. Well, and my hair. Guess who gets done first? Yep, my hair, okay? I gotta go to laundromat too, so I gotta go to laundromat, get my hair done, and then pennies might get the scraps. Sorry guys, it's just the way it is, I guess. I'm a little bit, right now I'm a little bit frustrated with the whole bill business. I talked to my landlord about it. He has a bit of empathy. He understands what I'm going through. I told him, I said, in the case of Section 8, I said to him, I think we made a mistake. We didn't appeal this young whippersnapper's decisions to fill our apartment. I should have, instead of basically just turning in my voucher, I should have just said, I demand a trial. Because the older inspector talked to me about another apartment situation afterwards, and he said to Jimmy, he says, I don't understand why this young punk should actually fail Michelle's apartment, considering there was nothing physically wrong with Michelle's apartment, and you've always tried to keep it up. And the landlord stuff, and as a tenant, she tried to keep it up too, but her, she's got, aches and pains, and she's getting older. Basically, you guys should have fought it, and we didn't. And I said, yeah, you know what? Well, too late now. Otherwise, I would do it, but someone else is getting my voucher now, so I have to reapply again for Section 8. I could reapply. But then Jimmy said by the time I get the voucher, that'll be 2 years later, if they're even accepting applications. So that would kind of suck. Because right now, the problem is there's a lot of people that need housing. And we were talking briefly about his apartment building here where I live in, which is one of the many properties he has. And he was talking to me. He says, I can't figure out why I can't seem to find good tenants. He says, I give people the rent. I don't charge a lot for rent. He says, but for some reason, they say it's too expensive. Listen, it's not the rent. It's the security deposit in Connecticut. Landlords can go crazy with security with 2 months' rent for security. That is enormous. A lot of tenants don't have that in cash. So you're talking about my apartment, say $700. Multiply that by 3. $2,100 to move into a place is a lot of money, and it's enough to be a real turnoff for a lot of people with fixed incomes. Another thing, too, Winston does not have, which it lost out on since the 1955 flood. By the way, the same thing happened to Elmira, New York, just in 1973 instead of 55, was the whole downtown was devastated. It was totally decimated. And that means all the jobs, all the high life, all the activities in downtown were washed out. Gone. Kaput. Finished. With the loss to the railroad in 1964, Winston really just, even before the railroad left, the Connecticut Hartford Railroad left Winston in 1964, the town was already losing readership because the automobiles were taking over mass for transportation for people where you have your own personal cars. But the sad truth was another thing that killed Winston was in the 70s, for those of you who don't know, was a lot of industry started going overseas, looking for greener pastures or down south into the southern states because the taxes were lower and the utility costs were lower. Let's not lie, Connecticut's got some really high utility costs. Especially for my electric bill, it definitely hurts worse than my leg. Ouch. 22.4 cents per kilowatt hour is enormous. And it hurts. And it hurts me. And I can just imagine how much it would hurt a major industry that depends on a heavy use of electrical power for running a machine shop or a woodworking mill. There is alternatives. You could use steam power to run your machinery and stuff, but that has a high outlay. Unless you've already got a mill that's already set up with a steam boiler and a steam engine, you're not going to spend that kind of money to put one in. Okay, it's just a lot of money. Even if you have it connected just to a generator or nothing else. So, to make a long story short, is Winston really doesn't have anything that people are going to want to rent an apartment in town for, because unless they're going to commute out to a job somewhere else. In that case, the person's not going to necessarily want to pay $700 a month rent when they might be able to find somewhere else to pay maybe $600 a month rent. Good luck finding that in Connecticut, guys. With heat and hot water included, that's not likely. But there are other options. And for me, it makes sense to stay where I am because there's another thing I do. We're helping the landlord. I help him do a lot of small jobs. And those of you who watch my videos know this. I go out there and I help him, fix the boilers, routine maintenance, nothing really fancy. You're not doing any major repairs like replacing boiler tubes or anything like that. That's a boiler technician's job. But making sure that the boiler is running, making sure the water heaters in the other buildings are working properly, making sure that the breakers and fuses are good. That's what I do. And I do that pretty much as I'm bored and I gotta have something to do, the kind of thing. So, yesterday in Stockbridge, for example, we had to figure out why one of the water heaters was malfunctioning. It turned out that the water heater O-ring around the water heater element had gone bad. We had to take the old water heater element out. We saw it was so full of calcium and scale. It's just like, let's just replace this heating element with a new one and put the new O-ring in too. No reason to put a new O-ring on an old element. That makes no sense. So we swapped out the element, reconnected the wires, and as far as I know, it's working. I won't know unless my landlord calls me up and says, "Oh, excuse me, the breaker keeps dripping," or it's still dripping. I told him, I said, "Well, dripping, it's not impossible. I mean, you got something in that water heater that is, the water is so full of scale and calcium that it's just enormous. How much scale is not water? I think it's lime. That's what calcium is lime. And that's the kind of thing that can really kill a water heater really quick. I mean, it's better than some things in some waters I've seen. For example, when I was in, where is it? God, I forgot where it was. Anyway, it was the town next to Willimantic, Franklin. Is that Franklin? No, that's the other way. Okay, what the hell? I'm going to say the town. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't think it was Franklin, but I think, whatever. The water was so full of sulfur. It smelled like every time you opened up the water tap, like you're basically tapping into the devil's own personal water spring. That's how bad it was. And we were filling me a pickle of stern with this stuff. And the water wasn't bad. It's just really smelled really bad. If we had hooked up an activated charcoal filter, maybe it would have been better. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that some wells are not that great and others are. And Stockbridge is fed by a private well, so there's not much you can really do about it. I said, other than the calcium, I said, the water don't taste bad. I said, it's unlike the water it was I'm dealing with over there in that town. Outside of Willimantic, the water doesn't taste bad. It's just that, it's leaving deposits of minerals in your water heater, and it's collecting up and it's building up. Enough, in fact, that it clogged up the drain cock. So even though we hooked a drain hose to drain the water out of the water heater before we start working on it, it wasn't going anywhere. It was like plugged up. So if I brought a fine piece of wire, maybe I could have given the water heater the equivalent of an angioplasty to get the water out of the drain valve. But I didn't think about it at the time. But we did get the water heater element installed and everything, and nobody really took a bath, so that was a good thing. But I told him, I said, I think we're going to have to make sure in the near future to check out, or might we have to replace the second anode rod. And he said, what's that? Well, it's a rod inside the water heater that's replaceable by the customer, that is designed to take this, be a sacrificial lamb for the corrosion. I got a feeling yours is probably long gone. So it'll be easier to replace it than to replace the heating element. But since the original rubber gasket for the heating element had gone bad, that's not completely the same thing at all. So yeah, it's jobs like I do that for my landlord. It's just small jobs, but it's enough to keep me busy when I feel like getting busy, which most of the time it's that time. Yeah, it's that time of the day. It says, what do I got to do today? Nothing. Oh, I hate that. I'm going back to bed. I really do want to do something with my life. Really. Yes, I'm going to be getting my hair done this week, and I have the appointment all scheduled for that. And I see I finally got another Google Plus subscriber, a female subscriber. Hello, Marie. How you doing out there? And I wanted to just let all of you know that I very much thank you for watching, even when the good and the bad videos. I know they're not always happy, exciting. I try, but, I'm human, like I said earlier, and I have aches and pains just like everybody else does. And sometimes my videos are not fun. I'm sorry, my life is not a barrel full of monkeys. You can't always expect me to always be like constantly on the top of my game being slapstick, because I'm not a very serious person. I try to be kind of mellow and lighthearted when I can, but excuse me, when it gets down to it, sometimes I have to be just as because I'm human, just as grumpy and grouchy as anyone else does, and I try to temper that with a little bit of humor. So what's going to happen to the people over there at the phone company eventually? I don't know. That's a pretty big problem, that they taxes on that thing. The phone bill is enormous. It seems like it's almost 60% of my bill is taxes, which includes federal and state taxes. It's enormous. No wonder why the phone companies are hurting. I'm talking about the land-wired ones. You guys are being taxed to death. I like my home phone bill because I got a phone number that's in the phone book. Hint, hint, Lori Dalene and Barbara Dalene and all of you other Dalenes out there. It's in the phone book and the windstand. Look it up. Because I've been trying to tell you guys that for months. I still want to talk to my family. Oh, now I'm giving you the fact. The phone number's in the phone book. Look it up. And for all of you guys, it's a local phone number. So why don't you give it a call? And we'll talk relative to relative and find out what's going on in the world. But for the rest of you guys, if you want to call me and you find my number in the phone book, please do not be afraid to do that in the daytime, but I'm not always here. So, leave a message and I will get to it. And, oh, by the way, I talked to a guy, talk about things that irritate me. I can't show you right now because if I exit the camera, it's gonna stop the recording. A guy named Robert Hendricks. I don't know how legitimate this guy is, to be honest with you. I'm really starting to get kind of a little hot and bothered with this guy. He's telling me, oh, yeah, if you agree with me, you'll send you the paperwork by post you need to fill out to get the 7 million pounds. Really? Gee, that's nice. I already gave you my address. Doesn't that sound like somebody who's willing to at least be given a good consideration? And then instead, he sends me a nasty note this morning. He says, I still don't know if we're committed to the project. Like, what do you want me to do? Send them a signal flare? I said I was interested. Now, do you mean you can't figure that out? I wouldn't give you my address if I wasn't, now would I? I'm starting to think that this guy is no good. And then this morning he started singing the song by Linda Ronstadt, You're No Good. I won't sing that on the air. Why not? Because I don't know the whole song. You know some of the chorus, though. 2. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. Oh, oh, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. So maybe he isn't no good. Maybe he's fronting for Ice Seal. I don't know, but all right. Well, let's talk about the next gripe of the day. Mr. Padre, I have not heard from you since you sent me a little warning on the second saying that I basically turned down an opportunity. Oh, really? I'm going to see something. Like I said on the couch, if I have busted my ass for years and years and years to get ahead, and I'm by my own hard dedication and work, and I can't make it, how in the heck can I expect that by giving $19.95 to a total stranger who doesn't even know me, I'm going to all of a sudden have my luck turn around? How statistically does this not work? I'd love to see it happen, but unfortunately, I have more demonstrations of being a failure. Oh, by the way, they take the Christmas tree down because it's after Christmas. Gee, you're going to be moving the table back into the regular spot. And that's that. The tree's gone. Oh, next year, why not? Let's talk about this. It is after New Year's, right? So, as much as I don't get into the New Year's swing, here we go. Guys, here's my question for you. What would be a good project for next year? Or this year? Something I can afford to do. Well, I still want to fix this. Come on, guys, $2,500 and we can get that front tooth fixed. Or about $3,500 and we can get the back tooth fixed. It's so easy. Really, it is. It's easy. You know, I've already told you many times how to make donations. I am not going to rehash it again unless you really don't remember. And if you don't, just contact me in the comment section below and I will send you the information of where to send the money to and you can help me out here. We need to come up with about $2,500 for the front tooth and $3,500 for the back tooth. Because the back tooth is a lot more complicated to remove and fix, or the front tooth might be more like somebody just making an abutment and putting in a bridge. So they might be able to save the front tooth, but they'd have to put the equipment of caps on it. Still going to take a while to do a partial bridge, but still going to be done that way. We got to do a bridge in the back after we yank out the broken tooth that's split in twain. You can't use it, because you got to take it out anyway to put a bridge in, honey. You can't put a bridge in with a tooth there. We know that bridges are not as strong and as good as the newer implants, and they are better. And the implants are much better. But the problem is, because an implant is the price. Here in the U.S., dentists charge a fortune for an implant. I mean, a lot of money. Now, the thing is that in a perfect world, which isn't here. It should be just like, set it and forget it. No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry to say that, guys. But bridges, there's things that can go wrong in a bridge. You can get food particles underneath it. It's one of the reasons why dentists recommend using an implant too. But it just turns out that implants are much more expensive, and the amount of damage that was done to the back tooth is pretty excessive to the molar, so it's going to require a lot more work to remove what's left of the tooth. If you're lucky, you can get the whole tooth out completely in one extraction, but if you're not, it can end up being 3 pieces. Because the crown will snap off from the 2 root nubs, and then you got to get those out, and by drilling them out or slicing your gums, and nobody wants to go there. But I have to do something about it, because right now I'm on borrowed time, because sooner or later, decay is going to set in, because that's just the soft dentum, that's not the enamel there. So the dentum is going to get soft in cavities and decay, and it's going to end up going bad, and then we're going to have a much worse exposed nerve problem. It's going to hurt. I'm going to remind you that it's still an objective goal to fix that. The same thing that's going on with here is you got chips in this tooth. The chip is lopsided. They have to physically, as the dentist told me, he said, I have to shape this out here and maybe put in a replacement tooth in the middle between the 2 sides, or I have to extract that tooth completely and use a whole new tooth set for the implant or the abutment. So that's going to cost money. So right now, I don't even know if I'm going to be having a phone bill next month, because I might have no choice but to tell the phone company to cancel service. I already went through that again. So, just accept my word for it, okay? I really don't have a backup plan. I'm getting my hair done this week. Yay! That's what I'm glad that. Getting this done. You can see how much has grown in the last few weeks. It's ugly. It's not my hair. Oh, the another thing I got to get up to date in February is a new state ID card. Oh, great. $22.50 down the drain. That's great. What if I had $22.50 to throw around? But I need a new state ID card because it's expired, so yeah. Okay, I'll take care of that. That's it for now, I guess. It's running kind of long, but I'd love to hear your comments. I will listen to the bad ones. I will respond to all comments if I can respond to them. If I can't, well, I thank you for trying to send me one anyway, but I will answer as many of them as I can. I am, don't forget, now by the end of the month of January, we will have another budget review discussion for the month of February's budget. So that will be coming up sometime near the end of January, once I get all the bills put together, probably like in the last week. And we will sit down and do a vlog similar to what we did earlier for this budget for this month, the January budget discussion. That will be the same kind of thing, and we will discuss the things that we need to discuss and do things like that. And why am I doing that? It's because I am living off of subsidies from you guys, from you taxpayers, and I want to make sure that you guys know where your money is going to, and make sure it's not going to any kind of stupid, frivolous, or wasted time projects. Unfortunately, I sometimes tend to be one of the kind of people who loves those stupid, wasted time projects for the most part, but I have been tempering myself to not go there. For example, the DMX lighting. Do we really need it? Not really. I might be willing to forgo it, because most of the lights that we would need for a studio don't really need the special effects of changing colors and things like that. But I do need to consider investing in some new microphone cables, and probably some more microphones, and maybe a microphone boom stand for some variety of projects, or maybe even some LiPo tight clip microphones, and that can be connected to our XLR mixer, so we can go ahead and get a good sound quality going. That we could use too, because it's, be much nicer to be able to have good quality sounding microphones for the studio. So that's another project. But for the time being, guys, I want to thank you very much for listening to this crazy talk. Yeah, and we will talk soon. And have a nice day. And by the way, stay warm, guys. It's cold out there today, okay? Just stay warm, stay safe, stay dry. Watch out for the wind. Okay? Bye-bye.